Well. Now, good learners and the lovers of literature, welcome once again. In this particular episode, we are still looking at a silent song and other stories. Now, on our previous uploads, we've done sample essays, four, no, three rather. And now this one makes the fourth one. It is one of the short stories from a collection of a silent song and other stories, and that is Ivory Bangles. Now, we're quickly going to give it a sample response, an essay, a prompt, an exam question, and of course, a sample response. Buckle up, brace yourself, even as we're going to look at this work together. In case you're coming or you're bumping across this work accidentally, a good friend of yours did refer you to this particular channel. A thumbs up would do me good, a subscription, and of course, a sharing with friends, especially those ones that you know that this work will be of value. And if literature is something that you're passionate about, then definitely this is one channel that you would want to hook yourself with. Welcome. So, to question 3 from our third essay question from one of the anthologies, Ivory Bangles. Some cultural practices do not add value, hence should be done away with. Some cultural practices do not add value and therefore should be done away with. Show the truthfulness of this assertion basing your arguments on Eric Marrow's Ivory Bangles. Show the truthfulness of this particular assertion basing your illustrations on Eric Marrow's Ivory Bangles. 20 good marks. Our topic sentence there, it usually called a nutty graph, good students. So definitely we're going to introduce ourselves to a whole lot of discussions that we're going to see shortly. And it happens as it looks up here. Culture keeps people together and governs their way of life. Therefore, it is important. However, there are some traditions that are of no benefit, and in some cases, such traditions cause harm to people who continue to embrace them, as in the case in Ivory Bangles. For this reason, therefore, such traditions should be discarded. Polygamy is one such cultural practice that has continued to be embraced, yet it has no value. We realize that the community in the story holds in high esteem this practice. As such, a man who does not ascribe to it is seen to be a topic of discussion. Now, this comes out clear where the old man, who is respected chief's counselor, is talked about because he had only one wife. According to the story, it was unheard of for someone as powerful as the old man, who is a small chief rather, to have only one wife. However, this value seemed to have no value since the old man is happy in his marriage and he really loves his wife to the extent that he gifted her 24 ivory bangles, where we get our title from. Besides, the riddle used by the old man when responding to the chief's demand that he marries another wife shows that polygamy causes harm. The riddle's interpretations, that is, a wife, a co-wife, a witchcraft, and death, points to the harmful effects of the practice. As such, polygamy should be abolished and it causes harm and adds no value. Another cultural value that has no value is belief in the seer and the act of seeking his guidance. And that one is seen when the old man harshly rebukes her, telling her that the seer is the mouthpiece of their departed fathers. We, however, quote unquote, their good learners, see that this belief does not add value since some of the advices given are bound to cause harm. The advice given to the old man by the seer supports this, as the seer tells him that, quote unquote, that the Pebbles demanded that he beats his wife and send her back to her father's home. Now, according to the seer, the Pebbles are jealous of a happy wife, a woman, and molested by her husband. This shows that this belief in the seer is of no benefit but rather causes harm. The superstitious believe that having blood specks in a goat's liver is a sign of something bad about to happen. It really does not add any value. Trees is not based on any proven basis, or rather, this is not based on any proven basis. Good students are supposed to be these, not trees. Point of correction there. In case you're coming across that particular expression, it's supposed to be this. This is not based on any proven basis, rather, but it's just a traditional belief. The old man, that is the old man, goes to consult the seer, since he had noted some blood specks in the liver of the goat that he had just slaughtered. The belief is so strong that the man does not agree with the wife's dismissal of the seer's demands. According to the wife, the seer was hitting back at her for turning down his marriage proposal. This argument that had been used previously does not appear believable at this time, as the old man reminds the wife that the seer did not put blood specks on the goat's liver. Therefore, wife battering is another, of course, cultural practice among the other cultural practices that you've seen previously, that the people hold in esteem, yet it causes more harm than good. When the old man consulted the seer about the blood specks in the liver of the goat that he had slaughtered, the seer's pebble discloses that a wife was going to die, since the spirits were jealous of a happy wife, a woman unmolested by her husband until old age. This shows that, quote unquote, that the value attached to wife molestation. To avert, therefore, the death, the old man is asked to give his wife the ritual beating before sending her back to her parents' home. Although the old man offers to give a number of goats to avert the catastrophes, the Pebbles keep demanding for the ritual beating, forcing the old man and the wife to come up with a plan of tricking the Pebbles. The harmful effect of the ritual beating is seen through Leverie, remember, the wife to the old man's son. The wife remembers how her daughter-in-law had been beaten to a fingernail's distance to her grave by the son. This shows that the ritual beating can almost cause death, hence the reason it should be discarded. Although culture is a glue that holds people together, some of the outdated practices should be gotten rid of, as they cause more harm than good. Good students, this one is going to mark the end of our very short, abrupt episode. Thank you for watching, and in case you do want maybe to reach, all right, I'm going to leave some tiny details there in my description section. But of course, a very big thank you. SherlockJohn@gmail is my email. You can reach me through, and also through those tiny little details. It has been a pleasure for you listening. Cheers.
Yes, my name.